Welcome to Red Dead Redemption 2. Today we have 17 new mods that have recently been released on Nexus. We got some pretty cool overhauls, new outfits, some immersion boosting mods, and then a mod I know everybody will love, especially if you know how the ending of the game goes. So let's get started. We'll start off with the first mod, 1899 Happy Ending. And I know a lot of you will absolutely love this mod. This mod is a chapter 6 save file, but with a little bit of a twist. The main story mode has been completed. You still get to play as the main man Arthur Morgan, and the remaining members of the gang are now just living their best life over at Horseshoe Overlook. So unlike the original in-game, you still get to interact with the gang over at the beginning camp. There are still plenty of things to do as well. Since this is a minimal completion file, all of the side missions have been unlocked for you to complete. All unlockable horses have been unlocked in the stables. No random events have been triggered, and you'll have your basic weapon loadout available to use. Arthur has also been cured of his sickness, so you can play as the healthy Arthur you know and love. You're free to interact with the original gang supplies, greet or antagonize the remaining gang members, and just be able to free roam with the game already complete. Definitely a cool little mod to have, especially if you prefer to play Arthur instead of John. The next mod we have is called Ped Combat Enhanced, and this changes various aspects of the combat experience. So pets will now have the bruiser brawl style instead of their default one. NPCs will now counter your attacks more often. You'll get into more grapple situations, and then the act of choking an NPC will last longer as well. This is a good addition to the mod bar brawls, especially if you like to get into scuffles while having a little drink, because it allows more of the environment to kind of be destructible. The mod also changes the NPC's health, so you won't be able to knock them out in 2 or 3 hits. Next, we have a mod called Disable Eyewitnesses. So now you can commit crimes without any eyewitnesses, whether you're in town or out in the wilderness doing your business. This even disables the scripted shop witnesses, so you can rob any of these shops without having the game auto eyewitness you. This only works for the civilian aspect, so if an actual lawman sees you commit a crime, the law will still be after you. So just keep that in mind. Next, we have a mod called Realistic Weapon Sounds, and this mod is from the same mod creator that made the original Realistic Weapon Sounds from GTA 5. So if you ever play with that mod, you know that it's high quality. This mod will give you new realistic weapon sounds for all your weapons, and this aims to give the most realistic acoustic experience for your ears. So you'll be able to hear the sounds in first person, in third person, sounds coming from a distance will be different, sounds from explosives will be enhanced as well, and you even have new sounds depending on if you're outdoors or indoors. I'd say this sounds mod is definitely worth checking out, especially if you like a little bit more bass in your shots. This definitely gives you a different kind of experience and adds a little bit of fun into your gameplay. Next up, we have a mod called NPC Dualwield, and this is a simple script mod that allows some NPCs to dual wield. So instead of all NPCs only having 1 pistol on their belt, you'll see NPCs with 2 revolvers instead. So this will allow them to actually dual wield in combat as well. Now this mod only works for the ambient peds you run into, not any of the actual story mode characters, but this little script mod does add some more oomph into the game. Now this next mod is called LeFlorida, and this mod turns the entirety of the Lemoyne region into Florida, well, at least plant-wise. So you'll see new palm trees in the middle of Saint Denis, you'll see new longleaf pines, sawgrass, and Spanish moss scattered throughout the Lemoyne region. So welcome to Florida in Red Dead Redemption 2. Next up, we have the NCR Trooper Uniform, which adds a pretty nice uniform from Fallout. You have the NCR logo on the chest plate, the boot, pants, and then even a canteen and pouch. And oddly enough, it looks like it fits in Red Dead Redemption 2. Now this next mod you either love or hate. This is called the Emoji Honor Mod. So now on the honor bar, the original symbol will now be replaced with an emoji. So if you're positive honor, you'll have a little angel emoji, but if you're on the opposite side of the law, you'll now have a devil face emoji. So now it's a little bit easier to see if you are a good or a bad guy. Next, we have a mod called Upscaled All-in-One MegaPack, and this is a pack of mods all combined into one. So you have about 42 different mods all combined into one MegaPack. So you have a bunch of different items that have been upscaled, from weapons, textures, effects, and even various animals. This mod really simplifies the process because before you had to install each mod one by one, and this mod combines everything for you to make it even simpler. Now you have a mod called Instant Travel. This mod allows you to instantly travel to anywhere you're trying to go. All you need to do is place a waypoint on the map, and then you can either lead your horse or initiate the cinematic camera to have the option to fast travel. And once you press the button to fast travel, it'll instantly teleport you to your given location. Your cores will be drained depending on the distance, and the time of day will move forward. So this creates a seamless yet immersive experience without feeling like you're cheating while fast traveling. You can initiate this during combat, law pursuits, and even during missions. And make sure your horse is in top condition, because if you try to fast travel without your horse being properly fed, it's not going to work. Next, we have the final piece from the NCR outfit we showcased in our last video. This is the NCR Ranger Coat, and this is a replacement for the Duster Coat in-game that lets you look like a ranger from Fallout New Vegas. It's got the NCR logo on the shoulders, and you'll see bullet holes scattered throughout the coat. This somehow is the best Duster Coat in the game now. I could only use this coat and be satisfied. It looks that good. It's time to get out in the desert though. It's time to take a trip on a boat. This next mod is called Boat Service, and this mod allows you to go to a few different locations. So you can buy a ticket to Blackwater, or you can buy yourself a ticket to Guarma. You'll get a nice little immersive cutscene and be on your way. So you'll be able to explore Guarma whenever you want to. You even have a nice horse stationed at the beginning to ride throughout the island. And then once you want to go back, you have the option of going back to Saint Denis or Blackwater. So this is a pretty handy mod to get to a few places a little bit quicker. Alright, I promise this is the last Fallout mod we have, at least unless there's some new ones that come out. This mod is called NCR Ranger Inspired Character, and instead of replacing clothing, this is a custom model you spawn in with Rampage Trainer. So you'll get the NCR helmet, you'll get the trench coat with custom gloves, pants, and your boots, and you'll also get a few different accessories, such as this bandolier, a new chest plate, satchels covering your chest, and then a bag on the back. Definitely a cool mod to get your Fallout fix. Next up, we have a mod I think is really cool, and this is called Percentage Cores. So now your cores right above the minimap, instead of just seeing a bar where you have to guesstimate where you're at, you'll now see an actual percentage. So you'll know exactly what kind of condition your character is in, which will make it a lot easier to see at a glance. We also have a new ragdoll mod that came out, and this one is called Brutal Motion. This mod is meant to give you some hyper-realistic physics that has been rebuilt from the ground up. Peds will now stumble, roll, and contort in different ways that would mirror what you see in the real world. Every encounter will be unique based on where you decide to hit your opponent, so every combat experience will seem authentic. No two shootouts will ever be the same again, and this new Euphoria mod is definitely worth checking out. It definitely is pretty brutal. Now we potentially saved the best mod for last, and this is called A.A.M.P or Artwork Arthur Morgan Project. This brings the official Arthur Morgan artwork project you've seen and brings it in game with all new 4 and 2K textures. This mod changes Arthur's face and body textures, giving him darker brown hair, a meaner look to his face, and a new scar on his cheek. You even get a lore-friendly tattoo across his chest. Plus, this mod is fully compatible with Y.M.'s EE merge and Arthur Morgan's outfit Overhaul, which is the next mod we've added. The Arthur Morgan outfit Overhaul aims to change the dull and boring outfits of Arthur Morgan and make them darker and more interesting. So there's a lot of retextures that were inspired by the beta content and different artwork. So most of your default gear will now have darker color variations, and they have been upscaled. So for instance, his default gunslinger coat has been upscaled and is a bit darker, as well as Arthur's hat, which is now a darker brown variant as well. But they do have a couple of different color options for some of the outfits. So if you don't necessarily want the dark brown look, there are other styles for you to choose from. And since this is compatible with the Y.M.'s and Eastern Epics merge, there is no reason for you not to have this. These are some of the latest and greatest Red Dead Redemption 2 mods. Hopefully you found something you enjoyed. We got more mod showcases coming out, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time though, we'll see ya.